Well, this video is going to be a little bit different. I normally do SCP stuff, as you know, and I thought I'd change it up a bit and try something different. So I thought I would start taking a look at cryptids. So, cryptids basically, if you don't know what they are, mythic creatures or beings that are supposed to actually exist and have apparent sightings and that, and they usually stuck to like one specific area or country. For example, those in Australia, you got the Yowie, and is it Ireland has like Will-o'-the-Wisp and stuff. But yeah, that's basically what a cryptid is. And without further ado, why don't we start this video off and begin. So the Mothman. The Mothman is described as being a bipedal and winged avian sort of humanoid with kind of like owl-like traits. Despite the name Mothman, he is in no way moth-like, and the coloration of him or it varies from black to grey or even brown or white, although it's usually the darker shades. He's reported as being about 7 feet tall, with a wingspan of about 10 to 15 feet, and the ability to fly at speeds of 100 miles per hour. Sometimes he's described as not having a head with the two huge red eyes set in the chest, and they apparently glow or reflective, and the details of his face and his feet have never actually been described. One witness who apparently saw the face clearly could only say the details were horrible and monstrous, and that she had nightmares and nervous breakdowns and stuff. Anyone who gets a close look at the Mothman seems to suffer from psychological distress, and this can last for years or months afterwards. In particular, people say that a sense of pure evil overcomes them when they see the Mothman's eyes. It is said that he can fold his wings and walk with a weird shuffle that many people compare to a penguin. When he flies, he unfolds his wings and shoots straight up with great speed, and then levels out to go wherever he wants to go. He is rarely observed flapping his wings except for the takeoff, and witnesses often describe his flight pattern as like straight up, kind of like a helicopter. He can fly much faster than any bird should be able to fly, as measured by victims who have suffered what seems to be Mothman's favorite activity, chasing cars. It's said that he'll even fly in front of them and sometimes hit at the roof. Now, if I was driving, fuck that. No, just no. No, I'll pass. Not doing that. The first recorded sighting of Mothman took place in 1966 on November 12th in West Virginia. 5 men were in a cemetery preparing for a grave burial when they saw something that they couldn't explain. Lifting off from nearby trees was a brown winged creature. The men held to the fact that what lifted off and beyond the trees was no bird, and it was a humanoid. After this first sighting, the creature would be seen throughout the next 13 months in Point Pleasant, and it was estimated that there were about 100 or so sightings within this time. The Mothman witnesses were also harassed by the men in black who wanted them not to speak about the creature. The strange sightings all seem to culminate into the collapse of the Silver Bridge that happened in 1967. There's been many similar cryptids and creatures seen worldwide, and the sightings are similar to Mothman in many ways, including the fact that most of them seem to have heralds of impending disasters. And some of the places Mothman, or its fellows, have visited include a mine in Germany, where a Mothman-like creature scared miners away shortly before a collapse. And another notable visit was the nuclear plant in Chernobyl, where a creature haunted the facilities for a while before the famous nuclear meltdown. Some believe that the Mothman tries to warn people about disasters, such as the mine and Chernobyl sightings that I talked about before, since there only seems to be only one Mothman instead of a bunch of his kind, and since he seems rather paranormal, these sightings are not of much interest to cryptozoologists who want to discover new kinds of creatures. It's probably worth noting that there is yet to be any credible, physical, or even photograph evidence that actually supports the existence of Mothman. Some photos have been mistaken about it, but who knows what's actually out there. Well guys, that was, I don't even know what the hell you call this. Me taking a look at a cryptid, or a Mothman, which probably is one of the most well-known ones in the world. I mean, when you think about it, I think when I was younger, there was a TV show that went on about cryptids and stuff, and yeah, they did an episode on the Mothman, which is pretty interesting and kind of creepy at the same time. But Mothman's kind of interesting, considering some reports say that, you know, he tries to warn people about disasters and bad things are about to happen, but I mean, nonetheless, it's kind of creepy when you think about it. A giant humanoid being, it's just, yeah. I don't know, let me know what you thought of this style of content and if I can improve it all, because it was something different I wanted to try, and yeah, I originally wasn't going to do it anyway because I thought it would be a bit stupid, but oh well. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you dislike it, fair enough, dislike it. Subscribe to support this channel, and if you do, hit that bell to get notified. You can also share this video around to give your friends a scare. Join my Discord, the link to do so is in the description below, it's free to do. And as always, thank you so much for watching.